Hello, hello, and welcome to another Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine featured business spotlight. We are taking center stage today on the Own It platform, and we have a special guest from it is from oh my goodness. Oops, I just skip me here. Upscale Online Biz Solutions. I'm gonna go ahead and bring my guest on in. What's going on, Mr. Charles from Upscale Online Biz Solutions? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Bringing you love from the state of New Jersey, the Garden State here on the East
Yes,
Coast.
yes. Look, all the way across the country from us here in
Yeah,
California.
that's right. That's right.
Well, look, our special guest today, Charles, he is just absolutely amazing. I have been able to have the pleasure of working with Charles on a few projects. And Charles, just tell our audience a little bit about you and your business.
Well, the name of my business is Upscale Online Biz Solutions. I started this business about 10 years ago. And the purpose of starting this business was website development because I saw that there was a need for churches, which is my background, churches to have that presence online because churches are basically the pipeline to reaching people, especially at their moment of weakness or
Mhm.
desperation. So there needs to be a platform in which that not so much the larger churches, but the smaller churches can be able to be there and have the presence as the large churches are. So I reached out for that. Then also reaching out to the small businesses to give them that large online presence that they deserve. Just because of the fact that you may not have the large operating expenses, you can still have a presence which will eventually grow your business. So, the small to mid sized businesses and ministries have been my thrust to give them that large scale exposure.
Yeah, so I love that. And we really, I mean, we as because I am a small business myself, so we
Mhm.
as those small business owners, we are always looking for those resources out there. And sometimes there are some resources that are just really out of reach. So I love the fact that you're providing, people a reasonably priced, product out there, but it's also very quality because again, I know what you got going on and I can't wait to share. So
Thank you.
so how did
Thank
you come
you.
up with the name Upscale Online Biz Solutions?
I believe that everything should be done in decency and in order, and everything that there should be when you're presenting should be its best. It should be upscale. I tell my clients when it's time for development of a project, you have one opportunity. It's called the first date of going online. And we
Mhm.
know in dating, if the first date goes well, you're going to go back again. So I want everything that comes from me that has my signature on it to be upscale of the highest quality that makes a lasting impression and draws people to come back over and over again to that particular client's project, whether it's a site or whether it's media production.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So, what was the passion behind starting your business?
Just to help those that really want to have that presence be able to get that presence. I saw a lot of pastors because growing up in ministry, my dad is a pastor there of the headquarters church in New York City, the Great Refuge Temple Church. So, in seeing the larger churches and the other ones, such as Rod Parsley and others, and watching them online, I said, you know what? Other churches need to have that same exact capability. So I said, what can I do to help to do? So I studied, did some investigating, did some little classes here and there, and finally put everything together to bring this platform forth of upscale to be able to have these pastors and ministers and whomever it may be to be able to have that presence. It's needed in such a time as this. Really quick, a story at my prior church where my uncle had pastored until he passed away.
Mhm.
Built a website for the church, and the one of the young ladies in which they worked at the church was at work, and she was at work, and there was somebody in which that just life had come to a point in time. They said, I just want to give up. I want to give up.
Mm.
So the young lady that wanted to give up went to sit there on the outside of the ledge to jump off the ledge.
Oh my God.
So they ran and got the young lady from our church and brought her to talk her down. When they talked her down and talked her inside, she sat in front of the computer and she put on the website for the church. And when she put on the website for the church, there was a message there that my uncle had preached called God Has a Plan for Your Life. She saw that message and it completely turned her life around.
Wow.
So I say that this is a thrust and a passion for me to do this for ministry, because it is a 21st century witnessing tool to draw people and to help them to change their lives. You never know what it can do by somebody seeing something at their point of giving up. And we know mental illness is something which is prevalent even more now. So having this platform that people can have resources to see things that will encourage, motivate, and change their lives, that's the passion and the thrust and why I do this. And then for the business side, as I forestated, to give the small to mid-sized business that effective launch to be able to go out there and draw people in, to increase your bottom line, to get the exposure, to become that mega business from this small start. You know, I'm reminded of a scripture that my father reminds me of from time to time. And it says, "O Zerubbabel, despise not the day of small things." So there's big things that come out of small beginnings. And this is my passion and thrust to do this for that purpose.
Oh, wow. Now tell me, when you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up? I mean, were you always on that techie side? I mean, because building websites, that's a very, it's intricate. It's very tech. I'm not the techie person, so I'm always the one to first call for help. So were you
Right.
always like kind of were you always into that?
Growing up, my passion wasn't even for this. I wanted to be a preacher, to follow behind my father. That was my thing. And I was just looking at a picture the other day with someone. It's a picture of myself in the office, my father's office, holding the Bible, dressed up. I had been about maybe 9-10 years old, but that was my passion. And that's what I am today, and following through with that. But the tech side came on, I want to say somewhere around in maybe late elementary school, junior high school. If you remember, and I hope I'm not dating myself, but the Tandy computers,
Yes.
that's where it started. When my father got a Tandy computer, brought it home for my brother and I, and we started working with the MS-DOS and all of that. And I just kept with it and, learning how to take things apart, build it back together, programming and all of that. And then it started to evolve once I saw the need that was out here, and just kept grinding and grinding and grinding and watching YouTube and talking to people and being blessed on the jobs that I've had to be able to sit in the tech department and just soak up as much as possible. If I was supposed to start work at 9, I was there at 7 sitting with the techs.
Nice.
Show me what you got. Give me something to do so I can learn. It just grew from there.
Oh, I love that. Well, we're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back, and I want to find out just kind of what motivates you to just kind of keep pushing through. Right back.
Gotcha.
And we are back. This is Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. I am Coach Tiffany Parra, and we have our featured business spotlight with Mr. Charles Wright Jr., CEO of Upscale Online Biz Solutions. So, Charles, before we broke, you had mentioned that growing up, you wanted to be a minister. So
Mhm.
you really are ministering in what you're doing now because you're helping to get that word out there even more. So I just think that that is just amazing to be able to use technology to be able to still do what you were passionate about even when you were a kid.
Right. Yeah.
It's just amazing. So what motivates you to just kind of keep pushing through? Because, I know tech can be really frustrating. I mean,
Mhm.
I know for us that just kind of touch on it just a little bit, but for you that's just all up in it. I mean, just tell me
Mhm.
what motivates you to just keep pushing through every day?
Well, I I have this thing wherein that um, if someone comes, just like in us doing business, you tell me what you want. I visualize the ending first and work my way back. And the ending part is what makes me excited because I visualize and see the big picture. Now I go back to the beginning. How do I get there? What steps do I take? What's involved in that? And that keeps my passion going because I see what I want at the ending, the finished product. And it's to the point that I literally sleep with my phone next to me during the night because my brain just continues to click. It's in creative mode and I'm
Yeah.
jotting notes down. Sometimes I'll wake up and I'll jot this down. And just the passion behind the finished product and having it so that it will wow whoever the recipient, the client is. That's my thing. I just like to hear people say, wow, I love this, the smile on their face. And just to know that after it's done, to see it up online, such as a website, or if it's a video in which that I have produced for somebody, to see it up there online, see it on YouTube, see it on Instagram, it's like, wow, I did that, you know,
Yes.
and it really fueled my passion a lot. I watched a lot of things from Tyler Perry and how he grew to be where he's at. And I started doing little things such as the intros and outros and animations and things and how to put your production at the beginning and the ending. And I said, wow, that's what I want. I want to grow and to get there in my own way, at my own address, and do big things like that. So I wake up every day looking to see how can I be of a blessing to someone in whatever that I'm able to offer to them to help things progress along with what their vision is.
I love that. And you're definitely a true blessing. And I want to take a moment just to share the intro to the upcoming MUPO show that I'm doing. And Charles blessed me with doing the intro for us. So let's go ahead and go to that. And this one is actually with a special guest, Pele Hunkin. So we're going to go ahead and go to that. Awesome, awesome. It just puts a big smile on my face every time I see that. And I tell you, Charles, that oh my gosh, just the show that's coming out on MUPO, it's going to be just absolutely amazing because of the work that you have been putting in for us as well. And for you authors out there, because I am now, and I did see on there, we're gonna have to make a little change on there because instead of being a 3-time, I'm actually now a 6-time best-selling author. So we will have to make that quick change. But for you authors out there, if you've ever wanted a really amazing way to showcase what you do with your book, how to get that out there. Charles actually has an awesome way to do that. He's got a book promo. So I'm going to go ahead and share this book promo with Miss Pele Hunkin. She's got her book, Warrior Within. And we're going to go ahead and play that there.
Hi, my name is Daniel Schaefer, and I want to take just a moment and talk about my experience with Pele. I saw her speak at the Main Seed Mastermind event, and she was incredible. What a powerful story. She talked about being a warrior, and she was engaging, she was exciting, and she was fun to listen to. She's got a powerful story, and if you are looking for a motivational speaker, you've found her.
And that was Heart of a Warrior with Pele Hunkin. So all you authors out there, who wouldn't want a really awesome and amazing video to showcase their books just like that? So if you're interested in getting a book promo like that, I put Charles's website down below. So you're definitely going to want to reach out. And if you've got a show, if you've got a podcast out there and you want to take it to the next level, you definitely want to reach out to Charles, get yourself that intro, get yourself the things that you need to get you to that next level. So, Charles, what are some new projects that maybe you're working on right now?
Well, I just finished a project a few weeks ago for Juliet Morrison. She's out of the UK. So now Upscale has gone international. Thank God for that. And there are multiple websites in which that, we're doing, working on together. I have now a new client, which is a large client, which is the church organization. So we're putting things together for that to bring it all together for the domestic and the international under one umbrella. And a few more video projects are coming up for some other organizations and what have you that are coming through the pipeline. So I'm glad about that. And then the continual things that we with Phoenix Fitness Fanatics, which I'm grateful and very thankful for. Yes. I just want to put this plug in. I know this is me you're interviewing, but Tiffany is an awesome person. Awesome and truly a real blessing to all of those in which that she comes in contact with. So I am thankful for the coming together in which that we have to do business and otherwise.
Oh, thank you, Charles. God is good. God is good. So, Charles, you do an awful lot. I mean, between running a business and just life in general, what does self-care look like for Charles?
It may seem a little odd, maybe not, but for me, I'm at that gym 5 days a week in the morning. That really is my release. That is the place and point in which that I just let everything out, and I put my music on and I go just to working out because as you get older, you want to keep your body in line and in tune, especially if you have sometimes hereditary things in the family. I want to live. So for me, the gym is my outlet. While I'm on the treadmill, I have some motivational messages that I'm listening to or songs, and it's just a real release. So when I come to start work in the morning, I'm empty. I'm good to go. I'm ready. I'm focused. Let's do this. So that's what I do. Or, just to take a ride, get in the vehicle, gas it up, take a ride. If it's nothing but just ride down, turn bike, stop somewhere, get something to eat, take a nice ride back, just windows down, music playing. It is so relaxing. That's what I do.
Love it. Love it. So, what does your playlist look like?
My playlist consists of Hezekiah Walker, Love Fellowship Crusade Choir,
Okay.
Vincent Bohan out of Brooklyn, Ricky Dillard, you know, and Marvin Sapp, of course, Kirk Franklin. Those are my go-tos.
Yes.
Definitely.
Oh, I love it. Oh,
Uh, those are my go-tos, definitely.
very good. Very good. So, what is the most enjoyable part of your business?
The product, being able to see the finished product and how it's all come together. You know, um, just as you played Pele's project and your opening, I'm sitting back saying, wow, like, wow, I did that. I did that. Wow. I'm so grateful and thankful. A big part of this is that, you know, the key to what I do every day, my routine, um,
Yeah.
before I leave out, before I start work, we have the blessed door, the blessed door, you know, and I
Yes.
anoint my head. I pray over my mind, Lord, keep my thoughts. Bless me to stay focused, that whatever that I do would turn out to be a blessing, to think like you think,
Mm,
see the thing. I anoint my hands. Bless me in my creativity, my
yeah.
eyes to see, my ears to hear, my mouth to speak, so that in whatever it is that I'm doing in this
Mhm.
project, talking with the particular clients, what have you, I just want it to all come together to be well. And I started doing that back during COVID when I got sick and I thought I
Mm,
was out of here. And I
mm,
said, you know what? When you go through things, you have to come out differently.
yeah.
And, God laid it on my heart. Pray over yourself every single day that everything that you touch will prosper. And that's the routine that I do. I don't forget at all. And that has been the key to the success of these projects, putting God first in every single thing that I do, because none of this creativity or anything that you just showed really came
Mhm.
from me. He blessed me with this ability to be able to do that. And that's why, I take nothing for granted, nothing for granted at
Yeah.
all.
Wow. We're going to cut to another quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back, and I want to hear about any challenges that maybe you've had as an entrepreneur. So we'll be right back.
Wait, you want some more? Wait, you want some more? Okay. Okay. Wait, you want some more? Wait, you want some more? Okay.
And we are back. This is Tiffany Williams Para, Coach Tiffany Williams Para with Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. And we have our featured business spotlight, CEO Charles Wright Jr., CEO of Upscale Online Biz Solutions. So, Charles, tell me something. What has been the most challenging in being an entrepreneur and just building your business so far?
Well, we all want to see our businesses grow like overnight. And it can be challenging because you really just wait until that season comes. And sometimes you could put out a lot of information, do a lot of marketing. IG, and sometimes even getting back to the gritty, walking the pavement, passing out cards, and flyers and things like that. And you're excited about this product, this service that you have, but the return of the people coming, calling, it's not there. And you just have to keep encouraging yourself and saying, you know what? Okay, fine. Didn't happen today. Tomorrow's going to happen. Didn't happen tomorrow. The next day, it's going to happen again. And I kept saying, you know what? It's not going to be like this always. It's not going to be like this always. It's not going to be like this always. Something's going to happen. It's going to turn up. And my season hit. You know, I refuse to give up. I refuse to lose the passion. I refuse to get rid of the seed in which that had been implanted in me to do this. So I just had to keep, like David, encourage yourself every day. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Sometimes weeks, months. I mean, business really, really started picking up to the point that at one point I had more business than what I can handle. Going back to last year during summertime, things really, and I'm like, whoa. But if you plant it and water it, in time it will grow.
Yeah.
And there's growing pains that come with it. There's trials and errors of things. Sometimes you learn some of your most valuable lessons. Sometimes some of your clients that, you know, when you're in the service industry, certain clients that, okay, I learned that lesson. Let me add that to this. Let me add that to that. You know, so those little challenges dealing with certain things. I think one of the challenging parts is when you have to be a bill collector, you have to call people or text them, email them, hey, you know, but it's part of the business. You have, when you're an entrepreneur, you have to cover every single area that there may be. And one thing that I've learned through coaching is that you cannot run a business based on emotions. You have to stick to the plan in which that you have. And me being the type of person I am, sometimes, you know, but I'm learning, stick to the plan. What you have, stick with it. You have a product that's good. Don't sell yourself short. Stick to the plan. You know, so remind myself of that every single day. Stick to the plan.
Now, when you get those clients that tend to be a little, they're pushing back and they don't seem to, you know, they have that vision and they just don't seem to click. How do you kind of massage them to be able to work with them? Do you do that, or do you just say, hey, you know what, maybe you should work with someone else? Like, how do you handle that? Because I know I've been in that situation where I've had, you know, a client for weight loss, for example, and they don't want to follow anything that I'm telling them to do.
Right.
So how do you handle, you know, a client like that?
I really try to find a middle ground of where we can both meet together. And by educating that client on the benefits of what services in which that I provide and the finished product of what can be, seems to be the motivating thing that brings them over the finish line. Sometimes people push back because of lack of information, bad information, but I give exactly what it is. And there are times in which that a client will come and they want the world. And I'm saying, wait a minute, slow down. First of all, you want to put what this big picture, but are you there? Because what happens is if you put out a bigger picture than where you are, when somebody comes to the location, they look up, this is it. Grow into that big picture, because then people will gravitate towards you more because they see, wow, last month they were here. This month they're adding this to their website, and so on and so forth, rather than to almost put false advertisement that you have this big picture and it's not all of that. So just educating people and being honest, you know, with clients, you know, potential clients about what needs to be done, what can be done, you know, it works. It works. You know, when people see that you're honest, and I've had a lot of people tell me, wow, you're honest, you're passionate. I didn't get that information from somebody else, you know, or I got misinformation. I want to see you at your best. You know, my motto is, you know, we're here to take your vision to the next. That's it.
Yeah. I love that you meet them where, where they're at and help them and guide them,
Mm.
because there are so many people out there. There's so many service providers out there that, you can go and say, hey, you know what, this is what I want. And they're sure, okay, I'm going to give you this because it's all about the money. But for you, I mean,
Right,
just in the little
right.
bit of time that I've worked with you, I know that it's not just, oh, it's about the money and let me get this done. No, it's how are we going to
Good.
help you show up the right way? And I
Right.
love that about the way that you run your business and do things. So what's some
Thank
some
you.
words of encouragement or words of wisdom that you can give our audience? We're actually coming to a close here. God, I tell you, see, it happens like that, Charles, right? But what's some words of wisdom or encouragement that you can give our audience to just push through and just keep on moving?
Every day, wake up, be thankful that you woke up. They say any day above ground is a good day. And I realized that after going through COVID.
Mm,
And basically just to love and live life on purpose. Why? Because you're here for a purpose. Love and live life. My father says all the time, don't sweat the small stuff. Don't just release that stuff. Focus on
yeah.
the positives because there's so many more. What happens is the negatives come to distract you from the positives. They come to, draw you away. But keep
Right.
focused because there's so much potential each one of us has in our lives. And I wake up every day. It's on my emails at the bottom, love and live life on purpose. Because, on my personal emails, I have that because that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Life is short. COVID took a lot of people out of here, friends,
Sure
family,
did.
co-workers, church members, and otherwise. So
Yeah.
love and live life every day on purpose. That's what I live by. That's my mantra.
Ooh, I love that. I love that. And that's exactly what we are going to end on today. Everyone, live life on purpose. So as you go out through your week, through the month, through the rest of the year, really stay focused on what you're doing and live life on purpose. I love you all so much. Thank you so much, Charles, for joining me today and
Welcome.
sharing your expertise in what you do. Thank you so much for supporting me.
Welcome.
You are a true blessing. Believe me, you have helped me to just take my business, to that next level where we're looking to go. So I appreciate you joining me. I look forward to
You're
everything that
welcome.
you're doing, and I look forward to having you back on the show as well. So everyone, thank
Great.
you so much for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. We'll see you.